let's talk about how to use Allstarlink, and let's talk about how to make it work with a VoIP phone like a Cisco 8945. Typically in Allstarlink, you're using a web transceiver or you're using Zopier, and to me those things were nice, but I like using an old-fashioned telephone because it has good audio quality. So let's get to it. So I have this Cisco phone 8945. I've had it running for 3 years, and it's on a Raspberry Pi, and I have it set up on this screen here in front of you. So I want to show you how it's configured. So I'm using IP comms to get calls in on this phone number here. And IP comms is a provider, and so I'm getting called by them. I go outbound on this free call network. And so now you get down to the part where these parts of the phone has these SIP clients that attach to this Asterisk server. And so each SIP client is named. And you'll see right here, these are all the SIP clients on my phone. So this is like line 1 and line 2 and line 3 here for Allstar. So you might ask, okay, fine, how does this work? Well, the phone has an XML configuration file, and that is pretty much privy to Cisco, but people have figured it out somewhat. So let me show you this file here. This is the actual file that I use, and this is served by a TFTP server from my Pi into the phone. So when the phone boots up, it reads this file. So all my lines here are defined, and I'm really talking about Asterisk link now, or Allstar link. So Allstar link uses line 3, and with line 3 here, I put up a little message on the phone saying there's my node number, and I got an account here called KB3W. So this account then on this phone, we have a password in here too. There's a password, there's the account. And this stuff gets mapped into the sip.conf file. So here on the actual Raspberry Pi, we have sip.conf, and here's the KB3W account from that phone. So the phone, when it comes up and it will consume the XML file via TFTP, it'll then attach to this. It'll log into the SIP on Asterisk and say, yeah, I want to connect. So it does. Anyway, that's how that works. And now we want to figure out how do we get this thing over um, to the other server, the other Asterisk server running the Allstar link. So that's done by a context. So here there's a context, and this context is called public, I think. Let's see, friend, peer, public. Yep. So there's the public context. So what tells this line 3 how to get over to anything is the extensions file. So let's look at the extensions file here. This is extensions.conf. And this is the one now for my first Raspberry Pi running my SIP phone. And no, there's no asterisk link on here, just one SIP phone. And so the SIP phone for years, I've been getting calls in from IP comms, and I used to use CallCentric. And I'm in the public domain here, so my context is public. If I dial out, I'll dial out through free call to these different places using these extensions. And the way this works is you have to dial a 44, and then anything past that matches this number of X's, it'll let it go through. And so that's a good thing. And we'll simply get the country codes lined up right to call uh, with recall with how they do it. Okay, so that's great, but this is all about Allstarlink. So here's where it gets nice. So right about here, I have this section here where we're dealing with public. And now since you notice that this is also public here, so the phone, the Cisco phone is registering this line 3 KB3W, and it's in the public context right there. So when this thing, you try and call Allstar from this phone, it will go into the extensions file here, extensions.conf, and it's going to say, okay, I want to find the public context. And one extension would match my node number, say, which is 52722, and it says, well, nothing directly, but this will probably match because it'll say like 52722 looks about right, or does it? Let's see, 52722. Okay, that's my plan right there. So once you hit that, it will do a dial on IAX2, and it'll dial this uh, it'll use this password and this account and this password to find a registration on the Allstar node. And this Allstar link here is just an IP address. So if I just put something in host dot in the host file to make a change into an IP address. So if I say ping Allstar link, you'll see what I mean. Ping a Allstar. What did I call that? Allstar link should ping. Oh, it won't ping. I'm on the wrong computer. I'm on my Mac. So SSH into Pi1. Okay, ping Allstar. Okay, so that's just pinging the server that runs the Allstar link. So that's how that works, and we have the IP or name of the server that's serving Allstar link. We have 30-second wait time. We're going to have a ringtone, the account, and the password. So now we're ready to go over to Allstar link on a different server and see what happens. So let me drag some windows over here from the other server. Okay, this is our Allstar link server. And we're looking at the iax file here. And so that KB3W, I define that in iax. So the Pi running my Cisco phone will then call this over iax. And here is how you connect with the tools from Allstar Link. They give you an iax repeat and they give you a client here, which is Zapier. So all I did was I just figured, I'm not going to use that. I just went down here and put in my own registration down here. So I just put in this KB3W account, and there's the username, friend, public. Very important to have a public. Caller ID, secret. Okay, so that's all this is. So now we see how this lines up. We see we have the asterisk, the Allstar Link server right here. This is the Allstar Link server. So that's Allstar Link. And we have on this side, we have this KB3W account, which our phone lines up to, and that goes to the public domain. And then we have the extensions here on the first Pi, which is running our Asterisk 18.2.1, which runs the SIP phone. Again, we go through here and we say, okay, we're in domain public. We got a valid extension length for the Allstar node, which is in my case is 52722. So we're going to dial that now, and we're going to log into the KB3W account over iax, and we're going to go to a node with the IP of Allstar link, or the name Allstar link, because it has an IP address. Okay, so that's how that works, and you're going to go for 30 seconds wait time, and you'll do a ringtone. Okay, so now again we've gone over here to the other server, and we're looking at this account, this part here, and this just basically got us over here. So when that first server running asterisk 18.2.1 as this KB3W account wants to make a call to our node, which is 52722 on this asterisk link ASL 1.01, we'll log in through here. And of course, when that call comes in, what happens? Well, you know what happens. There's another context in public. And when we see a public context, what do? Where does this go? We know it always goes to extensions, right? So let's look at the extensions.conf file, which is located on our um, our Allstar link system. So here we're looking then at the extensions file on the Allstar, okay? And we want to go and find out, excuse me, where it goes to public. So down here, you will see eventually, and don't change this stuff. This is what Allstar put in here. Don't change it. I mean, you can try, but if you mess this up, it just will not work again. So here's public, and so this is how that context from the iax.conf file, so iax.conf on your Allstar link node will go into the extensions file on the same system. And let's make sure I'm on the right one here. This gets very confusing. That's not the right one. I think I lost my window here. There's so much going on here. Okay, that's our first Pi. Let's check this one out. This was a nightmare to set up, but you can see it's so confusing. There's so many pieces. Okay, I think we're now, yeah, this is our AX file on our node running Asterisk link. So now I want to find the extensions. So since I lost the window, let's just go like this. vi extensions.conf. Uh-oh. So I'm already editing the file somewhere. But anyway, kind of a mess. But once we get into extensions.conf, if I can find it, you'll see how this all ties together. And maybe this was it. Nope. This one. Yeah, this looks like it. So, finally found it again, huh? So now we're on the Allstar link node and we're in public, and now we've just got a call for our node number, and so it will go down through here and it will default right to here. So because we're public, it'll default here and ring. And this is the same exact context that Zapier uses, the same context that iax repeat uses. So it all works the same with the phone. Um, the external phone works the same as web client. It works the same as Zapier. So that's it. And the way I set it up is some gentleman had some great debugging in here. So if I dial from my Cisco phone 55886, it will tell me the context I'm calling in, and that's great for debugging. So let's try that out. And I'm going to dial that number there. And that number again is 55886. And it'll connect, I hope.
PUBLIC.
So it showed I'm on the public context. This next one will say what channel I'm on, 55887.
IAX2/KB3W-655.
Anyway, you get the idea. And what else is interesting is to see these things running real time. So let's get both of these things going and take a look at the output. So what do we have here? I thought I had these things running live. Let's see if we can. Okay, this is the radio node, and let's. This is the Allstar link node. Asterisk minus. This is how you kind of snoop on Asterisk and see what it's doing. Okay, so that one's running. That's the actual node that's running the repeat software, the app repeat, and the Allstar link. Let's now go on to the node running my SIP software and my Cisco phone, and we'll show you how Allstar looks on that one running. In fact, I can just jump on here. We'll go to Pi1, which is that little node there running the SIP stuff. And we'll change this, and now we're going to say, okay, so this one on the left is showing the computer or the Pi that has our SIP phone on it, and the SIP phone will trunk. So our SIP phone will trunk via iax2 to this node here, and this one is actually running the real Allstarlink software. So I'm going to dial, actually, I'm going to dial that test number and let you watch what happened with that one. Let's see what the number was. 55886. Let's try that. 55886. And watch these nodes. So you can see what happened here. The first one called that extension on the IAX link through this account here. It accepted it. It got the codec right. It was answered. Joined a bridge. And it left. Okay. And on this side then, we called over here and connected to Asterisk, accepted the authenticated call, and yes, authentication is necessary. And it went down through the steps in the extensions.conf file, and then it logged out. So that's how that works. If I was going to call a local number, so I have on this one a number which won't transfer, it'll stay local. And so I have a debug number on this, which is simply, I think it's 58, let's try 5886, which is local to this one. It doesn't transfer over IAX to 5886. And that should simply go over here. You shouldn't see it over on the other side. So yeah, it didn't make it over to the other one. It stayed local because that was not a routable call. That extension was handled locally. So that's how you run that. So now if I want to really call a node on the ham radio thing, let's try that out. So first I'm going to log into my node. I'm going to say 52722.
Connecting. Node KB3W-P connected to node 52722.
Okay, and that's about it. Now what's cool is the app_repeat.c module, which is 27,000 lines long that Jim Dixon wrote, and a fellow in Seattle modified it. Bless his heart. It's showing me now what my transceiver is doing. I don't have a transceiver on this thing. I'm using the, what is it called? The pseudo connection, so I don't have a transceiver, but it sort of thinks there's one here still. So now if I enter touch tones, you will see that it'll accept them. So I could basically say, show my ID and star 80, I think. So it should have shown star 80, I would think. Usually it shows touch tones I push through here. It's not, oh, okay. It won't show touch tones unless I go into IAX debug. Let's do that. IAX to set debug. Yeah, I've been doing this for days, and it's getting me worn out. Okay, star 80. So now I think you can see touch tones going through here. Yeah, there they are. Star 80. Okay, so that's our sequence of IAX going through there. What I want to do now is find a live amateur radio session on Asterisk link, and we can see how that goes. So I want to bring up a web browser and jump on that thing. Allstarlink.org, there it is. And you can find live amateurs talking on this thing if you look at the live node count. Okay, keyed nodes is here. So there's all the keyed nodes, and what else is cool with this thing is you can see what your node's doing. So I'll bring up one more of these, and I'll now go to my node, and here we go. Let's go to my node here. They did a very good job with this thing, by the way. Okay, there's my node. So now if I click this node number, you can see that there's my node. There's a few commands went through it. Let's see who we can call here. Sherry node, Prince Rupert. That's in Canada. 534 381. And if it worked, it'll beep a few times. Didn't work. Let's try San Diego 22941. I'm not doing too well here. Let's try San Diego again. If it's still here. Nope. These things come and go. Oak Park 420460.
Mike, more countries.
There you go. So
42040 connected to node 52722.
so you can hear that I'm connected now to this node here in Oak Park, Illinois. And if I want to disconnect from it, I'll just put in a star 10. Let's disconnect. And you'll see it would take a star 10 here, I would think. Yeah, it hung it up. Disconnected. So there you go. And if you refresh this thing, it'll say it's gone. All right, so this has been a long video. I hope now you know how to use your Cisco phone and connect it up with your Allstarlink node. It's not that bad. It took me a long time to figure it out because there's no documentation that makes sense on on Asterisk, but it eventually makes sense once you spend a day or two putting your head back into stuff. It'll make sense. So I guess I can go over it again to refresh your memory how it works. On the first node, I have the phone and I register the phone on there. And then I basically have a context of the phone itself that goes to the extensions file. And in extensions, we basically have that reference the the ramp to the Allstar link node they're running, and then from there the context goes public, and then I reuse the same thing that was used by Echolink, not Echolink, what's that thing called? Zopier, and IAXRPT. Okay, well, I hope this is clear. I hope this helped out some of you people. I know there's not much documentation on this, and I'm so tired. I'm having a hard time describing it, but I hope it was helpful to you. And any questions, look me up on qrz.org. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. And 7-3.